So getting right into it, though, there has been some big transfers as of late. You know, as every transfer window, there's going to be huge transfers. And we have a few notable ones. Of course, the first one is Cody Gakpo to Liverpool. Now, guys, does this mean that Liverpool is now going to crack top 4? Are they going to make it better, or does this just something that happened?
I don't think it'll make him better. They don't know how to use him at all. Like, after watching the 5 games he's played, they don't know how to use him. They haven't used a striker in a very long time, considering they had Firmino for a while, who literally didn't do anything going forward other than provide for Salah and Mane. So using an actual striker up front doesn't work for them, and that's why he still has yet to score for them, yet he's had 3 shots a game. I don't think it provides anything helpful for them if they don't know their own tactics.
Yeah, and Ron, I mean, does Gakpo, do you see him fitting anywhere, or does he just kind of fizzle out at Liverpool like we've seen mostly?
I think he's good. I think he'll play better once Nunez comes back fully, and he's not dealing with the injury. He starts playing his position, because part of it, he's looked bad because he hasn't played his position, right? He's played striker, which he has openly stated that he does not like to play. I think what it could be good for them is when Luis Diaz comes back, when Diogo Jota comes back, now you have Gakpo and your attack can look different. If you want to use speed, you got speed. If you want to use kind of physicality, then you got Gakpo, you got Jota. I think it just gives him a different look, which could be helpful for them getting top 4, but I don't think that they'll make top 4. I actually think Chelsea probably has a better chance than Liverpool at the moment.
It's funny you say that. He plays out of position. All games at PSV before he transferred, he played at left wing. The only games he played at striker were in the World Cup, and that's because Netherlands knows how to use a striker. So it doesn't make sense for
Liverpool has that missing piece. Sane, when they got rid of Sane, their attack just kind of fizzled out. And I will say, Jurgen Klopp has a history of being very good with strikers, though. He used to coach Lewandowski, who is arguably probably one of the best strikers in the world. So to see Nunez kind of fizzle out like this is very shocking. And yes, you could say, he's got to fit into his team, but $100 million transfer offer, he's got to fit in better.
Yeah, do something.
He's got to do better. I mean, come on, realistically. And then now, I think this is the biggest transfer of the whole window. It's not a transfer, a huge, definite transfer, but it's a loan, a 6-month loan, but it's João Felix to Chelsea.
I love it.
And I love João Felix. I think he's a great young player. I love the future of the Portugal national team, even with Ronaldo leaving. So him to Chelsea, does this add to Chelsea at all, or is this just another thing for a career to kind of die for 6 months on Chelsea?
I think it's gives him a different look, because now they don't rely on Havertz to score all the goals, first of all, which is something that you can't. We've been talking about, Havertz is more of an attacking mid. He's not a striker, right? You can't rely on Havertz to go in and score 20 goals a season for you. And that's going to happen with Felix. He looked really good in that first game. He looked really good. He had 6 shots, which was the team total, most of the team. And I think if he keeps playing that way, he looks good. I think he could be better than Havertz and give them that boost that they need.
The red card looked pretty good too.
Yeah, that sucked. That ruined that whole debut. But
João Felix is a great player, and definitely don't rely on Havertz to score all your goals. Yes, I know I'm saying this as they beat Man City in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's a shocker.
By
right?
Havertz, no, Havertz, I don't like him up top. I think João Felix provides so much more, dropping deeper, being able to dribble through the lines, be able to play great passes, great touches through defenders. He provides a lot more for Chelsea's team that they didn't have before. So I like him on that team. I wish they got him permanently, though.
I will say this, just from the game time that Felix did get before the red card, you could see the levels
quality
of being able to play at such a high level, and then English football. So the next one we're going to have to go to is, the top division, the top team of that division. So Arsenal, and I love Arsenal. I hope they win the division, but they add to their attack. They get another piece. Leandro Trossard to Arsenal is crazy, in my opinion. Arsenal just keep building this monster. Shout out Mikel Arteta, because
beast.
Yeah, to turn this team around is just crazy. I mean, do you think Trossard only adds to them, or is he gonna, be another shining star that, Arsenal's really building right now?
He could be either right now. I think right now it just adds the needed depth that Arsenal need to win the league, because obviously they're a little bit they have their star players, but they don't really have many people behind them at the moment. So adding a lot more depth to that team instead of just trying to just go full on in and having risk of somebody getting injured, this provides a lot more just utility for them to be able to use their players. And I think Trossard's a great player. He's literally like a miniature hazard. Nobody ever like gives him the respect he needs, and I think that they should start looking at him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trossard looked really good in that first game. He did. And one thing on Arteta, I used to be an Arteta hater, and he's proved me wrong. Like, this year, he has actually done everything right. Like, he can't do no wrong. But the good thing about Trossard is, like, now they're in Europa League, right? They still have to play games there with tough competition. So that if Martinelli isn't playing good, now you have a good person who can come in, and now you don't really see a drop-off. If Nketiah gets hurt, we know the Gabriel Jesus situation, he's still out for a little bit. He probably won't be top form until late in March. But now you have Trossard that can play striker. So now I think, again, like Gakpo, it gives you a different look, which with tougher competition that they're going to face.
And also building off of Chelsea, guys, because Chelsea seems to be the highlight of the whole transfer window.
Buying every player known to man.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to shatter a record with Enzo. So, Michaelo, I don't know how to say his first name, Mudryk. He goes to Chelsea, and to add, and right off his debut, I have to say, man, this kid's special.
He so good.
Was so good in that debut. There's just his speed, his finesse, everything it's just next level. And that adds to Chelsea, who knows? They could crack something. Hopefully they turn their season around.
Yeah. His bag is so deep. His bag is so deep. Like, he can dribble. He has the pace. He got fouled. Like, his shooting is a little bit questionable. I mean, he had some chances that I was like, maybe you got to do a little bit better. But he looks so good. And now I'm thinking, you combine that with João Felix, that speed, that dribbling they have, with Enzo pinging the passes across to them. Like, that's why I think this team could make the top four. Like, people are counting Chelsea out. I'm not. Their defense is still great. Midfielder is still great, especially if you had Enzo and now Mudryk, and now you have João Felix in the attack. Might help him out. And then you got Sterling coming back. I think that people are quick to write off this team. I would not be surprised if Chelsea go to the semifinals of the Champions League or a final.
My God.
From the
I don't know about that one. That is the hot take we were
my
talking
God.
about. That's the shot that we were talking about.
They
Special,
can't
Ezra, he
even
looks
beat
special.
Brighton.
He
They
looks
can't
so
even beat
special.
Brighton.
If Chelsea makes it there, I will be a shocked viewer because there is no way Chelsea turns it around that good. I agree. Havertz needs to move back to the center attacking mid, but they need a lethal striker. You can't keep playing these guys without it, and you can't say Sterling or anybody could go up top to play striker. I mean a lethal poacher that can actually get in there and score goals, much like Haaland's been doing for Man City. And
Love it. I love
that looked
it.
like the missing piece.
Yes.
Now with Man City, as good as they've been,
Here comes the
they
downfall.
just gave away their big left back. I think he plays left back and right back for them. João Cancelo, which arguably is one of the best fullbacks in the world. This happened this morning, so shout out Ron. He sent it in our chat, and we were a little bit shocked. He goes to Bayern Munich, another powerhouse team in the Champions League, and I think he just completes their team. I was talking to, shout out with Luca Costa, I was talking to him, I said, where is he going to fit? You got Alphonso Davies at left back already. He's a young star. And Luca Costa told me he's more of a hybrid, so he fits in that right back position. Really, what they've been missing with Pavard leaving, and I think he's a perfect fit, guys. I don't know. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, he fits there pretty decently, and I hate to say that as a Man City fan, but yeah, Man City, what are you doing? Respectfully, you have no reason to give up our starting left back just because he's had a bad couple run of games. We are in need of a Champions League run, considering we're not going to win the Prem. Why are we giving up our starters? He was just in the Team of the Year last year. There is no reason to give up somebody that provides so much for our team, especially when we're not winning in the Premier League. We need Champions League depth. This is not okay, but he provides a lot more for Bayern on a more positive note.
And Ron, do you think this pushes them over?
Who, Bayern?
Bayern. I think does this push them over?
I think this can give them a boost. Like, they've been drawing games. But getting back to Man City, Ezrah, I can tell you what Man City's doing. They've been doing what they haven't doing the last 10 years. Not winning the Champions League, because they're not going to win it this year.
Well,
you
we
paid
sold it
Haaland.
this year.
Now you got a striker. And now you're still not going to win
We just
it.
gave up our star left back
And
now.
you give him a shot left back. I don't know. Listen, I trust Pep, but
I don't know about that move.
I can't trust.
I don't know
right
about that
now.
move. It just wasn't right. I don't think that's a great move. I think that just weakens a strong Man City side.